Well, this is only the second fight on the bill here in Castlebar, but there's a terrific crowd and a pretty good atmosphere as well inside the arena here in Castlebar, because Finbarr Eade, in his fourth professional fight, is taking on Plamen Kostadinov, making his first appearance in Ireland. The Bulgarian taking on the home favourite, the Rock from Westport, Finbarr Eade. Every punch thrown by Eade, you can be sure, will be greeted by rapturous applause. So certainly Kostadinov will know that he'll be lacking in support here. Very much a home favourite here. And what about this for a start from Finbarr Eade, who weighed in yesterday at 9 stone 5 pounds and 6 ounces.
Finbarr Eade, he's letting everybody know right away who's the boss in here, and it's him. So he's stopping his authority right away, going forward and throwing some really good solid shots here. So he looks to be like a pretty like, hurtful puncher. Not a KO specialist, but he looks to be a really solid puncher, would be the better way of putting it. But he wants to let this guy know who's the boss, and right now it's Finbarr Eade.
Yeah, 3 wins on his balance sheet so far, 1 by way of knockout, and it's a very focused and determined start from Finbarr Eade, who, as he stood in the ring prior to the opening bell, had very much Kostadinov firmly in his sights. Plenty of focus as he tries to just measure up the Bulgarian here. Another Bulgarian in action on the bill here. It is a measured performance so far from Finbarr Eade, trying to just bottle up Kostadinov. All a bit untidy and holding on. Referee has to break it up. Big bonus as well for a boxer is to have so much support behind you going into the ring. It is a very lonely place to be, but any kind of support is more than welcome. Using that left jab is pretty well so far, Kostadinov. And has yet to find any opening against Finbarr Eade, who, despite the fact that he's only fighting his 4th professional fight here, looks pretty confident. Again, Eade just trying to size up the Bulgarian. Last 30 seconds or so of this opening round here. It's been a controlled performance so far, but now Eade really gets to work on Plamen Kostadinov, and the Bulgarian is going to take a standing count here. Well, a flurry of punches thrown. And Kostadinov, I'm not sure if he has the stomach for the battle here. He'll be happy to try and see this round out. Eade, can he close out the deal in this, the opening round, in front of his home supporters here? The man from Westport fighting in Castlebar, Kostadinov, will know that the bell is just seconds away. But it's been a very good opening round for Finbarr Eade here. Second session in this super featherweight contest between Finbarr Eade and Plamen Kostadinov, and Eade really bossing the fight. Kostadinov forced to take a count in the first round, and Eade trying to put the foot to the floor now and really finish this contest off. Not sure that Kostadinov really has the stomach for the battle here. His body language during the break between sessions didn't suggest he's a man who fancies this one at all, Dave.
No, if Eade piles the pressure on, but what he's doing there sometimes is he's not getting his distance with that right hand. He's not out with the jab first. If you get your jab on first, then banging right hand. Sometimes he leads with the right hand and it falls way short. So if he gets his distance with that right hand, he'll do a lot of damage, because it seems to be pretty. It seems to be a lot more powerful than I first thought. If he piles the pressure on here, there's a real good chance. I know you shouldn't say anything in your commentary but if he piles the pressure on here, I suggest, or I think he could be an early stoppage here.
He's a painter and decorator by trade, Finbarr Eade, forging a career now in the professional ranks. Kostadinov missing his other lazy and tired punches with the Bulgarian, only in round 2. This one's scheduled to go 4 rounds. Finbarr Eade again trying to close in for an early night here.
See, what he's doing is I think he's trying a wee bit too hard. He has to box his way in, work his way in. Like, he's being too eager here. You can see he's stalking, and then nothing happens. And they get too close and they wrestle and they're slapping all about them. So what he wants to do is work his way in. Just take his time. Take your time when you work the openings. They'll come, but you can't just jump in and expect things to happen right away. You have to just work your way in gradually.
Bide your time. He has shown composure, but as you say, trying to lunge in, and all gets a bit scrappy. Once again, Kostadinov on the back foot here. It's been a rather scrappy and untidy second round here. The referee's been a busy man. Eade again continuing to press forward here, taking the fight to the Bulgarian. Again using the jab. Bulgarian trying to use the ropes to try and just scamper his way free. He was caught there. A decent shot, and Kostadinov is down. The referee has a good long look. It's been a tough all night so far for Kostadinov, and no sign of it getting any better.
I actually think he was hurt there because he was caught with a punch, but he was hit when he was down, and that's why the referee didn't give a count there. But he was definitely hurt with one of the punches that he threw there at the start of that onslaught. But if he takes his time here, he's getting too eager. You know, he's too eager just to jump in and throw punches. You have to work your way in and do it not slowly, but you just have to just take your time and wait for your opening.
Well, the end of the second round here, and Finbarr Eade really keen to try and finish this one off early. Kostadinov, who has been in trouble in both these rounds to date, is happy to hear the bell. The end of round 2 with Eade on top. Well, here we go with the start of round 3. Finbarr Eade, who's been really in control of this fight so far. Kostadinov, in both rounds so far, has been in trouble on occasions, and it's Eade who's really taken the fight. And once again, that's a really good left from Finbarr Eade. Anxious to impress in front of his home crowd. The Rock from Westport closing in once again on Plamen Kostadinov, making his debut appearance in Ireland here this evening. It's not shaping up to be a particularly memorable one for the 30-year-old. Just one win in his career, Kostadinov so far, 3 losses, 1 by way of knockout. So despite his experience in terms of years, not a very experienced professional fighter, only turning pro this year, so not exactly in the first flushes of youth. Finbarr Eade, by contrast, a man who clearly wants to impress in front of his home crowd here. Once again, Kostadinov just bouncing off the ropes on the receiving end of that left hook from Finbarr Eade. Eade so far has largely been untroubled, just caught up in the ropes.
See what Kostadinov's doing when he's in close, he's hanging on for grim death. He's not letting Eade get the punches, or not letting the punches flow through. You see the way he's holding on, he's grabbing, he's just spoiling Kostadinov. So what Eade wants to do here, just box, as I said, box your way in, jab, then bang in 2 or 3 good shots and move away, because when he gets in close, Kostadinov holds on and grabs and spoils and makes them both look bad.
It's been largely all about survival for Kostadinov. Eade has been the more positive boxer so far, perhaps just lacking that little bit of finesse and quality and the patience to carve out the openings, as Kostadinov again loses his footing. Mustn't be the most thrilling of spectacles so far. It's all about winning as far as Eade is concerned here. So many supporters for him here this evening. Kostadinov once again in trouble here, and the crowd just trying to exhort and encourage Eade to greater efforts.
See, if he could just get 1 or 2 or 3 of those shots landing clean on target, I reckon this fight will be over, but he just can't get the punches landing cleanly enough.
On occasion he looks like he's going to put the Bulgarian to the sword, but Kostadinov, it's been largely a battle of survival here for him. Once again, Eade just eyeing up, trying to get the angles right. Closing seconds of the third round here. Another round for Finbarr Eade. The knockout is still beyond him so far with 1 round to go. For the final round between Finbarr Eade and Plamen Kostadinov in this super featherweight contest, which Eade has been a pretty convincing winner all through, without landing the telling blow to put the Bulgarian on the canvas. Kostadinov has been on trouble in certainly the opening 2 rounds. Hanging on for a grim life. Eade from Westport trains with the Eagle Boxing Club in the lovely town here in Mayo. That's that Crumlin Boxing Club. Phil Sutcliffe in his corner. As a youngster, he received boxing gloves as a Christmas present. So clearly, Santi was telling him something from a very early age. But the last round here, and you can be sure that with so many supporters here backing Finbarr Eade, he will be really keen to finish this one with a knockout. Once again, the Bulgarian loses his footing. It has been a pretty scrappy contest overall. Undoubtedly, Eade is on course, unless something really dramatic happens in terms of the Bulgarian way of response. With body shots there now from Finbarr Eade. It's a little more like it now, using the jab as well. I think from Kostadinov's perspective at this stage, he'll be just happy to see out this final round, if at all possible. Again, Eade coming forward, trying to size up Kostadinov.
See, I think Kostadinov, he's a pretty wary character, and he's very awkward. You know, it's very hard for Eade to land a real good solid shot on him, but he just has to keep tightening the pressure on. Keep going forward, but work your way in. You know, just don't lunge in. Let the jabs go and then bang through 2 or 3 good solid shots when Kostadinov's on the ropes. Then move back and look to see what's going on. But at the minute, he's trying. I think Eade's trying a wee bit too hard. He's been too over anxious, and then when he does get in close, Kostadinov ties him up, or else gets on his bike.
Yep, at times it's been a hurried performance from Finbarr Eade. Kostadinov has proven to be a slippery opponent. Is there to be a late knockout victory for Finbarr Eade? A little over 30 seconds remaining in this super featherweight contest. Certainly early on, you wouldn't have fancied that Kostadinov would see it out to its conclusion. He may not just yet, as Finbarr Eade gets to work once again. And there'll be another count here for Kostadinov, who's clearly a very weary and tired boxer at this stage. Just seconds remaining for Kostadinov to survive here. Eade closing in for the knockout, if at all possible. Good left to the body, and Kostadinov, he's been winded by that one. Really strong clubbing left hook to the body. Looks like Kostadinov has done enough to survive in terms of this fight. No knockout victory for Finbarr Eade, but a convincing win nonetheless.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 4 rounds, the referee scorecard reads Plamen Kostadinov 34 points, Finbarr Eade 40 points, the winner.
Confirmation, Finbarr Eade has recorded the 4th win of his professional career. Points winner over the Bulgarian Plamen Kostadinov.
And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you